Hey friends, hold on just a sec. Let me get this set, and then I have another video to share with you guys. So I'm back with my crazy videos. All right. All right, sorry, hold on just a second. Okay, alrighty. How are y'all tonight? Okay, so it's the dinner hour, and I picked this time to do this video on purpose. So, did you know, statistically in America, I think it's like, and I said statistically, but I'm not actually gonna give you the true statistic because I can't remember it, but it's something like 90%, 95% of Americans have no idea what they're gonna eat at 5:30 on that same night. And honestly, okay, as all the years I've spent as a health coach, I have my degree in nutrition, for those of you that don't know. Aside from essential oils, and these go neck and neck, the number one question that I get is, where do I start with healthy eating? This is usually a two-part question. Where do I start with healthy eating, and how do I eat healthy on a budget? So the third question I get all the time is, what do I do with my picky eaters? So I'm gonna do a separate video for that one because that deserves its own video. But the two other questions, how to start with eating healthy and how to do that on a budget, I can help with all in one, okay? So we're gonna talk about meal planning and meal prep. And as the old saying goes, I don't even know what the saying is. If you fail to plan, then you can plan to fail. And that is totally true with eating, okay? Also, statistically, the American household wastes about $250 a month for every $1,000 that they spend on groceries. So that's $250 of your working money, the money that you work so hard for, just going right into the trash because of wasted food. So I'm sure that a lot of you can say, yes, I've gone to the store, I've bought all this healthy food with full intention of eating it, and then didn't know what to do with it, didn't know how to cook it, whatever. Or we ate out instead because I didn't feel like, I wanted to cook and all of that. And then you throw it away because it goes bad, because when you buy fresh stuff, it goes bad. So interestingly enough, I was gonna take a picture, but I didn't. At the beginning of this week, right after I did all my meal prep, I had everything done for the week. I opened my pantry to put something in the trash, and I just kind of laughed because my pantry is almost empty most of the time. So almost everything I buy is fresh, actual, real food, okay? And I buy that every week, and the crazy thing is, yeah, my pantry is empty most of the time. I mean, there's a few things in there, but the bulk of what I buy is, in terms of groceries, is fresh. So I need like a twice as big of a refrigerator as I do a pantry. But if you think of, I actually saw a quote yesterday that I loved, or a little graphic that I loved, and it said, self-care can look like a whole bunch of different things. To some people, it's like a bubble bath or a pedicure or whatever. To me, self-care, for me personally, is meal prep. And I know that may sound crazy, but when I went through what I did in my health 20 years ago, and when I saw just how quickly my health was impacted by changing my diet, and that I was able to put autoimmune diseases that people die from, I was able to put them in remission in large part because of my diet, my food. And that is actually what fueled me to go get my degree in nutrition. But so when I do meal prep, it is one of the highest forms of self-care for me, because I know I'm going to feel my best, and because of that, I'm going to act my best, and I'm going to be able to do all the things that I'm passionate about every day because my body feels good. And I have been in the place where it does not feel good, and I couldn't do all the things that I wanted to do or love to do. So that is where my passion for meal planning, meal prep, healthy food, all of that comes from. Now, so look at it as a tool, was my point. Look at it as a tool for healthy eating. If you're wanting to make changes in your diet, if that was something that was on your goals for 2018 and you're like, well, we're almost to the end and I haven't done anything, there is nothing magical about January 1st. Start right now. Start right now, somewhere with something simple. There's all different levels of meal planning, meal prep, whatever. But the whole idea is that you're setting yourself up for success and not failure. And the thing is, guys, no one, not even me who has a degree and knowledge and whatever, I'm not going to make good choices when my blood sugar is low, and neither are you. And so if you can have everything laid out for you so that you don't even have to think about it, then that is how you set yourself up for success for the week with food, okay? And the other thing, I looked up some statistics from the National Institute of Health, and they said people that even just planned, not even necessarily did any prep, but just did planning and knew ahead of time what they were going to eat, they had lower rates of obesity for men and for women, and they ate more variety in their diet overall. And that is when we're missing key nutrients out of our diet, and our bodies are struggling, that is one of the most important things to do, is to eat a variety of foods. So you're getting in all the different things that you need. So the average American eats between 4 to 5 commercially prepared meals every single week. And guys, the thing is even when you're going somewhere and eating healthy, or you think you're eating healthy, like a salad or something like that, everything at a restaurant, everything, even the healthiest restaurants, they have more chemicals in the food, they have more sodium, they have more sugar, they have more saturated fats than you would if you were preparing it at home. And so the more often you eat out, the more often you're putting those things in your body that you have to work to flush out or balance out in some way. So I love to eat out. I love it. But I know I don't feel my best when I eat out a lot. And truthfully, my wallet doesn't feel that great either because we have a big family. So that, it gets expensive. So I do not want to get caught in a pinch where I have to eat out. My thing is I want to plan to go out when we're choosing to go out for fun or whatever. I don't want to be caught and have to go out, because I didn't plan well. That irks me so much. So a really great example last night. And this is just a great example of how meal prep covers me every single week. So last night we found some super cheap tickets to the Rockets. And literally an hour before we needed to leave, or hour and a half or so, we were like, hey, just found these tickets online. This would be super fun. Our kids have started playing basketball, so we were like, this would be amazing. So we bought the tickets, and normally you'd have to grab some fast food on the way there to get there on time. But I had all my meals, and all I did was I just adjusted one just a tiny bit to make it a little bit quicker, threw it in the skillet. We had a super healthy dinner. Everybody had a full tummy. We got there. The only thing we bought was a thing of popcorn just because that's what, they wanted it. But I felt so good about that, and it didn't cost us anything. Literally, we probably couldn't have even gone through the drive-thru that quickly. I had it ready in 15 minutes, sat down and ate. It was no cleanup, and then we left, So, and those kind of things happen to us every week where meal prep or meal planning, at least knowing what we're going to do, saves me in such a big way. So, it's just, your health is going to be better overall. Even if you don't make the decision to go out to eat, but you're starving, you're going to eat, you're not going to eat as well at home. And especially if you've gone too long without eating and then you need to put dinner on the table, it's just, you're going to do whatever is quick. And instead of being able to really prepare a healthy dinner. So, and it's definitely I don't know. I think it's therapeutic. I love cooking and I love making dinner, but I also just love having it already done. So that part is amazing. So, cause I do prep everything ahead. So my tips for you today for getting started is really, it can look like anything, and it needs to work for you. It cannot add stress to your life, okay? So it needs to work for your situation, for your family. You can just plan, okay? So even just a day at a time, if you the night before, if all you feel like you can do without being overwhelmed is the night before, think, what am I going to have for breakfast tomorrow? What am I going to have for lunch tomorrow? And what am I going to make for dinner? So that you have everything, you have everything you need, and you already know. Jot it down even if you want to. Sometimes I lay out what we're going to have for breakfast, like components of it. Like, let's say I'm going to make oatmeal or something. I'll like put it out on the countertop so I know that's what we're going to have, so you're like half asleep, you can get up and make it. So start with some planning, even like I said, if it's a day at a time. Then maybe if you want to make a decision, like say you're thinking the meal you struggle the most with is lunch. That is a really hard one, honestly. So maybe you just start there and you say, I'm going to plan and prep my lunches for a whole week. And I'm just going to be consistent with doing that every week. For me, I do mason jar salads. I also don't need a ton of variety. I am totally fine eating the same thing pretty much every day. Because, and I'm going to do a separate video on this as well, but I know what foods fuel my body the best. And so I stick with those foods. That's what I eat. I make 5 mason jar salads every week pretty much, and I stick them in the fridge. I do that on Sunday. That's my lunch every day. I put different things in the salad to make it, not so boring, but that's pretty much what I do every day. And then the other thing you can do is, you can go all out. So for me, every week I plan what we're going to have, and including snacks, and then I prep. So on Sunday I go to the store, I get what I'm going to need for that week, and I prep ahead as much as I can without feeling stressed or exhausted. So if it takes me 4 hours, that's kind of like not exactly worth it. So I try to keep shopping and the prep part to under 2 hours, which I have to work pretty fast, and usually my kids help me, but I just pick the high points of what I can do that'll just get me that much more ahead for the week. Hey, I'm doing a live video.
Yeah, we're sliding across the floor so
Go.
you can see us.
Okay, go get your showers. So there's all kinds of services that can help you. I know when I used to try to do it myself, I would feel really bogged down, and it would take me like 2 hours to do the planning, 2 hours to do the shopping, 4 hours to do the cooking. I was like, this is not worth it. I use a service called Prep Dish, and I have mentioned this before. This is mine from this week. It's all written all over because this is the grocery list. And all I do is take the top, I write down what we're going to have for breakfast and lunch, and then I just take this to the store with me, check everything off while I'm walking through, but it's super easy. She's got a gluten-free and a paleo and a super fast option for every week. So we usually eat the paleo dinners. I love them. They're fast and easy, and her thing is it's called Prep Dish because she gives you 2 pages of instructions about what to prep ahead. But you can even see on this one, I don't even do all the things she says to do. I cross them all off. Like things that I feel like are fast for the evening, I don't worry about that. I don't prep those ahead. But I at least do a few things so that I have them ready. And then she has instructions for dish day. So whenever you're going to cook it, it's ready to go. So this is $15 a month. It is so worth it for me. All I do is go on there, print it off. I don't even pick and choose because variety is great. I love my kids to try new things, and so we just make them and eat them. The other thing I did for this week is I prepped breakfast burritos. So sometimes I prep at breakfast, sometimes I don't. It depends on how much time I have or dinner stuff I'm going to be prepping. So I prepped 28 30-ish breakfast burritos. One of my kids did it, 2 of my kids together. And then I prepped egg salad just in a big Tupperware that we pulled out for lunch one day. I prep ahead veggies that we put with lunches. So I go ahead and have carrots cut up, celery cut up, sugar snap peas, all that good stuff. And then the other thing I did this week is I made pancake bars and I made granola bars. I had a lot of helpers this week, so I did a few extra things. But it makes it so easy. Like right now over there, my dinner is cooking. All I did was, it took me literally 5 minutes. I have a chicken that's been marinating in the fridge for 3 days. I just stuck it in the oven and turned it on, and that was it. And so it gives me more time during my week to get done all the things that I want to do. So anyway, Prep Dish is great. The only kind of services that I don't recommend is where they ship you your food. I know some people do those and they really like them, but I like to really be in control of my ingredients. So I don't really always recommend those. But there's a lot of meal planning services like this, and even for me, that I have a degree in nutrition, I'm a really great cook, but I do not have the time to sit there and plan all the things and make a grocery list and do all that. So I just pay for it. I pay for someone else to do it, and I print it off and I do it. And I love it. So anyway, I'm going to share a photo of my fridge this week so you can see all the things that I did. But if you have any questions, I would love to help you. And the one thing I didn't mention is budget. I didn't really go into that, but guys, I mean, I feed my family of 8 because I keep my nephew during the day. I feed us 100% organic food, everything organic, whole, clean food for $40 a day. That's not $40 a person. That's $40 total a day. And I could not do that. I mean, we actually went to Chick-fil-A today. We probably only eat out about once a month, but at the basketball game last night, we won a free Chick-fil-A sandwich. So we had like 7 free Chick-fil-A sandwiches. So we went there, but we still had to get drinks and fries and whatever. We shared everything, and it still was $30. Okay, that was for one meal. I feed all 8 of us for $40 a day. That's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, the whole thing, okay? All organic. So I'm telling you, I absolutely, if I don't meal plan and prep ahead so that I am ready to go for the week, I fall all over the place in terms of my energy. People are grumpier because it takes me longer to do the food. I don't get as much done during the week. And on top of that, I end up spending more money. Anytime I have to run back to the store for something, or we don't have anything to eat, and even if I choose, okay, I'm going to go to the store and get whatever for dinner last minute, it's always still something that's going to cost me more than if I had a plan ahead. So this is like my gift to myself and my family every single week. It is the best form of self-care, really. It's way better than a pedicure. So anyways, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I have planned out this week to also talk about my actual food plan. I'm going to tell you what I eat pretty much every day. And then, so especially if you're a woman, I'm going to tell you how to eat a little bit more support for your hormones, and just how to structure your food so that you have great energy through the day. So I have one video coming for that. And then I also have a picky kid food video. So look for those for the rest of the days this week. Now I got to go kiss my basketball players. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys.